I've had the opportunity to work with the counseling department at Hanshu Middle School in Anchorage, Alaska. They're part of the Anchorage School District. All Anchorage School District schools utilize the same crisis management protocols. Each school formulates a crisis management command team. The counselor I've been working with is on the command team along with the principal and several other staff members. They keep an incident binder in the main office, which is updated annually. The binder includes emergency procedures, specific roles of each team member, and detailed directions on what to do in an emergency. Two areas of focus for the Anchorage School District as it relates to crisis management include earthquake and active shooter preparedness. There are 6 teams that comprise the command team. They include the first aid team. This is usually led by the school nurse. This team creates a triage staging area, assesses and prioritizes injuries, and provides CPR while waiting for first responders if necessary. The communication team. The principal, or alternate in authority, is the main source of all information. They will provide necessary information to the community at large. All participants of this team keep a communication journal compiling any texts, emails, or radio messages. These are all documented. They are to keep one another apprised of any new developments. Search and rescue. This team, each person is assigned a specific area of the school. They sweep the assigned grounds, mark checked areas as safe, and look for hiding or injured faculty and staff. Student release team. This team oversees student and faculty rosters. They release students to parents, stage parents who are waiting for students, and document student whereabouts. Crisis intervention team. This team usually includes at least one guidance counselor and a school psychologist when applicable. They address the emergency emotional needs of students and staff after the immediate crisis. They also assist in crowd management and safe, organized movement of students post-crisis. Additionally, they provide other faculty written instructions on how to handle phone calls and requests for information regarding the crisis. This document is usually prepared in advance. The Safety Assessment Team. This team includes at least one school administrator, a school counselor or psychologist, and the school security guard or resource officer. This team determines and prioritizes threat levels, whether they're medium or high. The criteria for each level is outlined in the Crisis Management Plan and Binder. There are 2 drills that Alaska students and staff do regularly: earthquake and ALICE drills. Alaska is prone to magnitude 6 and 7 earthquakes, so there are regular earthquake drills each year. They look something like this.
Enter into the earthquake drill. At this time, please find cover and hold on.
Right now, drop cover and hold on. Drop to the floor now. During a large earthquake, the ground might jerk strongly and knock you down. Take cover under something sturdy to protect yourself from objects that can be thrown across the room. Hold on to your shelter until the shaking stops. If you can't get under something, stay low and protect your head and neck with your arms.
In the event of an active shooter or aggressor emergency, Anchorage School District uses the ALICE training protocol. ALICE stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. The district provides initial training via video, so I included some of the highlights to demonstrate the ALICE acronym. Students and staff may be alerted in several ways depending on the scenario of an emergency. This step is brief, and once alerted to the danger, it is time to act. Lockdown is the first line of defense. Students are to find a room with a door unless the class had already been in session, must barricade the door if possible. Once locked and barricaded, they are to move to an area out of sight where they can work with others in the room to contemplate and plan the next step. They are to look for items in the area that may allow them to defend themselves and gather these items as part of the plan of action. Inform. Students are trained to stay put and provide information if possible. If they see or hear something that can help the police, they should call 911, give the information to the dispatcher, and give as much detailed information as possible. Counter. Only confront the aggressor if they are in immediate danger and there is no other way to evacuate the area. Students are advised to disrupt and distract the aggressor, possibly disarming and subduing the aggressor. They are never to pick up a weapon or handle it so they're not mistaken for the aggressor. And finally, evacuate. If the aggressor tries to come into their safe area, students are to access outside if they have it. They are not to stay under a desk or a table. They must leave the area if it is accessible. Anchorage School District's preparedness coordinator shared with me that ALICE drills are taught regularly and include how to barricade a door or counter an intruder as the last resort option. Hanshu faculty practice drills for the worst-case scenario in order to make the best call depending on the situation. Anchorage School District realizes that suicide, natural disasters, or school shootings will definitely interrupt the sense of order and safety. Therefore, Anchorage School District counselors have been given special training on what to provide as far as services after a traumatizing event. Counselors are prepared to assist in 3 specific ways. Normalcy. Their primary role is to assist students and faculty in an attempt to regain normalcy. They do this by encouraging routine and being available as a source of comfort, including being visible as much as possible. They encourage others to go back to routines and schedules as soon as possible. Providing information. Post-emergency, the counselor's role is to provide information. Counselors are asked to lead staff to provide the objective and unified information that everyone can convey, making sure it's the same message. School counselors are asked to work with administrators and teachers to determine what should be shared and in what manner, so not to overstimulate students. Relationship building. Hanshu counselors plan to meet with every single student in the week that follows a school shooting or aggressor. The plan is to make themselves available to listen to students' fears, anxiety, and concerns as much as possible. They offer a safe place to share worries and grievances and answer questions. They also plan to refer students who may need additional mental health support. In the case of the major earthquake Alaska had last November, the constant aftershocks that went on for months had many students fearful, and school counselors were swamped. In fact, crisis counselors were brought in from Oregon to help several Anchorage area schools. Therapists and other professionals struggled to meet the demand from a very nervous public. The crisis management plan at Hanshu is clear and illustrates the role of the counselor in all phases. The staff, faculty, and students have prepared as much as humanly possible by undergoing regular drills and practices.